In this video, I'm going to show you how to power on your Smart Swim and give it a name, get a device name. That's very important. I'll go over that in a minute. So essentially on your Smart Swim, you have a button interface. You've got select, back, and forward buttons, and you got a power button underneath here. So you press the power button once, and when you look in the display, okay, it's going to either show you a battery icon, which is just a white battery icon showing you that it's charging, or you're going to see a Vuzix logo, View the Future, and it'll start booting. If you see the white battery icon charging, you press the power button again, that'll disappear, then you press it a second time in succession, and then you will see the boot up logo. So you might have that scenario. And then you're going to have to wait for about a minute or so for the system to boot up. So that's how you power on your system. And the first thing that we want to do in this video we're going to show you is how to name your Smart Swim. So we want to move over to the configuration tool. So when you first boot your Smart Swim, you might have a battery icon up there for charging or not charging. You want to just dismiss that. To dismiss anything, you can press and hold the select button here. That's the third button, and they're really hard to see, the three buttons. But the third button is all the way to the back. If you press and hold that, it will eventually send a back signal to the app, and it will exit the app. So if there's a system dialog, it will dismiss the system dialog. So here you can see on my phone, I'm basically paired with the Smart Swim, and you can see up here in this area, this region of the pairing app shows you what's currently being viewed in the display of your Smart Swim. This is what you'd see on the display if you put it on. And so that area of the pairing app shows you what's in your Smart Swim. And so as I change the carousel, you'll watch the icons move. So I'm going to move over to the system configuration tool. So I press the forward select button. You see an arrow to the right, and then you see the system configure. You can see the system configure icon is now in the center of the display. I'm now going to open that app, so I'm going to press the select button here. So you press select button, and then you'll watch that will tell the system, okay, it's now opening the configuration app. Now the first time that you open the configuration app, it's going to reboot your platform. The very first time you power on your system out of the box, it's what it has to do. It's the first time through, it's got to set up a directory, a set of files, folders, and other things it has to do. So then it'll reboot your system, and it'll come right back up to the configuration app after you've opened it with a button. So it'll come when it boots back up, it'll be right here at the system configuration app. And so all I'm going to do is go all the way to the top, and I'm going to do that by pressing the up button. So there's the down, up, and select. I'm going to press the up button, and I'm going to keep going. And you'll see here as I press the button, you can see on the display, you can see as it's scrolling up or down through the configuration settings. I'm going to go all the way up to where it gives me the name of my Smart Swim. And at the top there, unit standards, device name, left to right eye orientation. Now you're at the top. So the first setting there is the left or right eye orientation. You're going to have to pick that as well, even before you attach it. So if you're not right eye dominant, there's instructions on how that works in a video. You should review all those videos first to know whether you're right or left eye dominant. So if I want to change my eye dominant, I'm going to do that here. And the next option is the device name, and that's your Smart Swim, and that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to scroll down to device name, and then I'm going to pick it, and there it gives you the name, and then I'm going to change the name by scrolling forward or backward. I hit select. When I hit select, the keyboard is going to pop up, and then I'm just going to give it a name by using the keyboard. And for now, we're just going to call it Smart Swim A. So you see the A there. So I just hit select on the soft keyboard to pick A. Now I'm going to scroll across the keyboard to the down key. You see the down arrow there. That's the down arrow in the center. I'm going to press select to pick the down arrow, and it's going to move me back to the device name box. And then I'm going to hit the up arrow now again, and it goes down to the OK button. So I'm going to press OK. When I do, you're going to see it's going to tell you we got a device rename. The system has to reboot. It sees the name change. And then what's going to happen now is you're going to see that the smartphone is going to reboot. We lose connection. And then the smartphone will cycle around. It's going to power back on. And you'll see here in a few minutes it should automatically just reconnect after it powers back on. I look at my smartphone now. I can see that yes, it is rebooting. So I give it a little bit of time here. And you will see the connection will come back. So now we have a device name. And the device name of your smartphone defines a set of folders and a structure for all the session files that are stored, all of the working configuration files, and everything that are stored on that smartphone. So you might name it your name, or you might give it a unique name, or some name related to like a team if you're on a group of people that are swimming. Maybe somebody's using the red goggle smart swim, or the blue or the green smart swim. You give it a name that you can associate with, say, lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, that kind of a thing. And you're not going to change this frequently. This is a very infrequent operation. Once you do this once, pick a name for the entire season or the next couple seasons. It's going to be that name for life. And it is optional. You can leave it as Smart Swim, and it'll just default to Smart Swim. But that folder is a folder structure on your phone for all pairing purposes, and it's a folder structure on your Smart Swim, in your Smart Swim somewhere that is used to store all configuration data, as I said, in all session files. Okay, so now let's see if you reboot it. You'll notice it booted up to the configuration tool. The carousel remembers the last app you were running. So if you were lap training, it's going to boot to the lap training app, if that was the last thing you were doing. If you were open water swimming, it'll boot to the open water app. So all you need to do once you get everything configured is to press the start workout button, the select button, and away you go. So in here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically back out of the configuration tool. I'm going to do that by pressing and holding the select button. So that's how you give your Smart Swim a device name. And that device name will show up in the top of the menu bar, and you'll see it in the menu bar, but you'll notice it didn't change it on my phone. I need to unpair with the old Smart Swim and rename and repair with the new name, and then my phone will pick up on the fact that, oh, the device name is now different.